Welcome back to Las Vegas, where the sun's out, the caution's out. So let's do a little Pepsi fan cam for you.
Sunglasses, something we hadn't had to use here all weekend.
No, right. Getting set for the restart. Here's Dick Berggren.
Kurt Busch was back in again, working on damage in the right rear corner of the car. He was the man many picked to win this race. Second in Daytona, second at Rockingham today in a crash. To Matt.
Jeff Gordon had faded back to 16th, now in the 13th position. 2 tires. They backed up a track bar adjustment they made earlier. The car now had gone to the loose side as we're getting ready for green.
Michael Waltrip, Joe Nemechek, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, then the Fords of Matt Kenseth and teammate Jeff Burton. Then Tony Stewart, Dale Jarrett, Jimmy Spencer, and John Andretti, the top 10.
Boy, Kevin Harvick and his teammate Robbie Gordon in 31, they were shooting a gap in the middle, but they're on the inside line. You can pass to the right-hand side.
Oh, four wide going into turn 1 there.
Tony Stewart's getting a whale of a run off of 2 over there. He was up on the outside, nobody in his way.
And he's another one to jump to the high side here to start finish line. It's like he had his speed built up before anybody else did.
Well, everybody fights for the bottom on the restarts, and you know you want to run the bottom, so you go down there and you kind of bottleneck everything up. You can go around the outside and pass a lot of cars. Whoa, here we go.
Give them those fresh tires. They're like a bunch of caged animals let loose.
All right, Steve Burns on why Michael Waltrip did not stop.
Let's find out, Mike, with crew chief Slugger Labby. Talk about your decision not to pit, Slugger.
We only run 10 laps of green flag, and it takes us about 6 laps to get going anyway. So with the air pressure where we're at, we decided to stay out. The tires were just starting to come in, and the lap times were starting to get there. So we decided to stay out and take a chance.
Your driver just took the lead, and you know that everybody on pit road is going to watch you guys.
Well, that's good. Well, hopefully we'll stay out front with the Napa Chevrolet.
All right, good luck. Thanks a lot, Slugger. And the 8 car just took the lead.
Kyle Petty, way back there behind these guys. I know you look at the lead. Kyle Petty's all the way down on the apron.
Gets pretty wild after these restarts here.
Well, we have so many cars fighting to try to get back up here to get a lap back.
This is a wad of cars right here. I mean, they're all wadded up, and
Kurt Busch is right in the middle of that wad after that long pit stop. Oh yeah, body repair.
He'll be taking no prisoners right now. He's going to be on the move because he's way back there in the back. He wants to get back to the front.
He's back in 19th position right now, and we only have 22 cars on the lead lap.
And you got to get them now. I mean, you know, you say, well, let them spread out a little bit. You can't. You got them all gathered up there in front of you. You got to get all of them you can.
Hey, Sterling Marlin right there in the 40 car. Wasn't that many laps ago? He was a lap down. Now he's in 18th, and he has one of the better cars out on the racetrack right now.
I mean, that's an incredible turn of events right there, because that car was dog meat when he started, but man, they worked on that thing. Got her good now. Him and Glove.
Busch trying to close up on that pack. Move up to McMurray and Blaney on the outside. Blaney a lap down. McMurray on the lead lap, 16th in the 42.
And Lee McCall, I might add. That's his crew chief.
Right.
But the Glove's the team manager, and he kind of helps him with all the decisions, I expect. Whoa, Todd Bodine all the way on the apron underneath the 77 car there.
Steve Park on the inside, muscling John Andretti aside.
And you know what? When I watch the one car, Steve Park, he's like driving. He's got confidence, and I think it comes from finishing 4th yesterday in that Busch race.
Yeah, he needed something. He really has needed something good to happen for him. Yesterday could have been the shot in the arm he needed. Oh,
a lot
got
of
a car
smoke in
smoking
turn
down
1
here.
after contact. Elliott Sadler.
No.
Tire rub?
I don't know. That looked more like an engine to me.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
If it's a
now,
tire,
this is a break for Ryan Newman. Can he get his lap back? It looks like he will.
Well, there's cars trying to fly up from the back to overhaul Junior with to no avail. Only Ryan Newman gets back on the lead lap.
I was going to tell you, if that was tire rub, it was all 4 of them, because that was a lot of smoke.
Right. I thought I saw contact, Darrell, before he started smoking. But apparently not the case.
Now, Darrell, I believe Michael's going to have to come to pit road. He was sliding backwards, and I know he didn't want to see a caution that quick, but I think he's forced to come to pit road now.
Winston Cup cars are just so different than Busch cars. They got a little bit more horsepower. They're harder on the tires. I think when you got a chance to put a couple of tires on that thing, you better take it.
Elliott Sadler has gone to the garage where he'll join Mark Martin. Larry Foyt's car behind the wall being worked on. Let's have a look here. Nope, no contact.
No, she just starts spewing out everywhere.
And Darrell, we've talked about it earlier in the race. They're pulling such low gears. You turn so many RPMs here, and you turn them for such a long period of time. It's not like Martinsville where it just goes up there to 9 grand. You're probably hanging there a good 3 or 4 seconds twice a lap.
Plus, on fresh tires, that's when things like that happen, because that's when you get maximum RPM.
I think most of our leaders will stay out except Michael Waltrip, and he's going to stay out. And I just don't. I think he's going to continue to go backwards.
You know, they pulled a deal yesterday. They put left side tires on him at the end of the race yesterday, and I didn't think that was a good call. I'm not down there doing it, but
now some of the cars that was on further back on the lead lap, Johnny Benson, John Andretti, Jamie McMurray, Kurt Busch is back in, Casey Mears, Sterling Marlin, those guys, they really had nothing to lose. Come on in. And they were all battling hard. Joining them, Ward Burton, Bill Elliott, and Ricky Craven, who's several laps down.
Kurt Busch is going to work on his car a little wee bit more. There's Bill.
So pit stops among cars further back on the lead lap. Over 120,000 fans here in Las Vegas, a sellout crowd for race 3 of the Winston Cup season.
Fox welcomes you back to Las Vegas. Lap 129, Dale Earnhardt Jr. your leader, and this is a Visa race break. Let's bring you up to date as Dale Earnhardt Jr. here passing early. Jeff Gordon had led from the very beginning till Little League took the lead, and then DEI's Michael Waltrip breaking through.
Yeah, Michael running here on the high side. He takes the lead up there, and Little League continues to run down low.
First 100 laps, a caution-free, and then a few miscues. Larry Foyt, hang on. Ricky Craven, a little spin, bringing out one of the cautions. And a former winner here, Mark Martin, a part of the Roush Racing team that has had some success. Engine problems, and out of the race for the moment. And then also Elliott Sadler, Robert Yates with some problems as well, bailing for the moment. And Jeff, what should we look for here in these laps heading from here?
Well, right now, Chris, I'm starting to see a little bit of pit strategy come into play, because we're getting real close to where if a guy decided to make just one more stop, he can just about go all the way.
And DEI hasn't given up the lead since lap 61. Let's go back upstairs.
Well, this will be an interesting restart because the front 15 did not take on tires on this caution. Back where Kurt Busch is with Johnny Benson and Bill Elliott, those cars from there on back on the lead lap did take on tires.
I think that could pay off later. If this thing goes to green for a while, that could be big.
Rusty Wallace in the 2 car, he's up there trying to get his lap back, as well as Ricky Rudd. Dale Earnhardt Jr. almost snookered Rusty. He took off, slowed down, then Rusty had to slow down.
The guy that's up there trying to get a lap back is that 29 car. He's had some great restarts the last couple of times.
They are not bashful about being 3 and even 4 abreast.
In fact, right now, all 4 cars behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. are cars that's up there trying to get the lap back. Rusty Wallace, Kevin Harvick, Terry Labonte, and Ricky Rudd in the 21. All a lap down.
Well, they're going to, if they just look behind them, and I know they probably have, they got a great opportunity because these guys are all over each other. Just one little slip. Drive it off in the corner a little too hard on the inside of somebody. Get a little arrow loose like that right there, and around they go.
Dale Jarrett, 88, hard outside wall.
Caution, let's see who can get a lap back from Earnhardt Jr.
He's going to let them all. He's going to let every one of them have their lap back.
There goes Rusty, the 2 car.
I think he's trying to actually give the 29 his lap back, and Rusty slipped in there and got 1, 2.
And Terry Labonte in the 5 is going to get his back.
Ricky Rudd.
Yes.
And that's it. Robbie Gordon comes up a bit short. But Dale Jarrett, last week a winner, and this week headed home early.
Yeah, it's just when they're that close together and you're on the outside and somebody's down under you, a little bit of air off of your spoiler and into the wall you go.
That shows you how hard that car hit the outside wall. That's one of his rear springs laying at the bottom of the racetrack.
These cars just, they never look like they're carrying the kind of speed they are.
All right, let's have a look at Steve Park and Dale Jarrett right there on the right side of your screen. Park held up by Kenny Wallace there.
See, Park's car just bobbled a little wee bit, and then Dale was right out there beside of him, and he just slid right into the car and knocked him loose. That little bit that little wiggle of the car, it's air. That's all air right there. He's just in it. See, he's got a car in front of him. He's got Jarrett on the outside of him, and the car just goes free. And when it does, it bobbles, and you try to correct it, and you shoot into the guy beside you.
Here's a different angle.
This is one of when you're in a situation like this, cars all around you, cars sometimes are very, very unpredictable. And that doesn't look like it's a very hard lick, but Look what it did to that race car.
Jeannie?
Well, in Kevin Harvick's attempt to get that lap back, he made a little contact with the 25 car of Joe Nemechek. He left a tire mark on the door. That's about it. But the 25 car decided to come in and get 4 tires. Dick?
Came in for 2 tires on the right side. They are having fuel pressure problems, particularly on the restarts. It's a problem that they had when they arrived here at the racetrack. Thought they had it fixed. They don't. To Steve.
Well, Michael Waltrip's glad they're pitting now. He wasn't completely in agreement with the call not to pit on 115, but 4 tires for Michael Waltrip to Matt Yoakum.
A wedge adjustment already completed on Jeff Gordon Chevrolet. Left side tires going on, and he's good to go.
I'd like for you to note that I said that I thought that was not a good call, and Michael and I must have agreed, and that is the first time in his 39 years I think we've agreed on anything.
Dale Jarrett out of his car. He is okay, but he's waiting on the protagonist. And now going to have a walk down to the track apron and hop aboard the ambulance for the ride to the care center. He and Steve Park got together in turn 2, and Jarrett, last week's winner, is out of this race.
Bad day for Robert Yates Racing. Dale Jarrett wrecks just a few laps ago. Elliott Sadler in the 38, his teammate, blows up. Short day for both those teams.
Yeah, he was just, I think, didn't he say number 1? I thought he was pointing at number 1.
Here's another look at it. Now watch Kenny Wallace on the left. That kind of holds up Park, who tries to get outside behind Jarrett. Not quite enough room. From Bill Elliott. (134 laps complete. We're under caution in the UAW Daimler Chrysler 400.